been said many times, many ways. Merry Christmas to you.
Heart matters. All right. Good morning, Unity San Francisco. It is that time. It's 11 o'clock. The service officially can start now. My name is Mies Malone, and I am the Minister of Music here. We're going to start off our service with a beautiful traditional song that Dylan has given a beautiful 2025 twist. Carol of the Bells.
Dylan and Heart Matter. Amy, Heart Matter. Woo. Wow. You in the holiday mood now? Yes. So for those of you I haven't met, my name is Reverend Ken Daigle. I'm the senior minister here. and we are in the process of lighting all the candles for our Advent wreath. We have lit the candles for faith and peace, and today we are going to light the candle for love. So I'm going to do the official lighting, and then Misa is going to read to us. So in the seat in front of you is a booklet. It's Unity's Advent Reflection booklet. You're welcome to take one home, to use it, to give it to friends. You can take more than one. Today's reading is from
Tuesday, December 17th, or page 36. Love is not just about romance or something we feel. We are whole and complete and enfolded in divine love, whether our life includes partners, children, pets, family, close friends, or none of the above. A love-filled life looks different for different people, and it should. Each one of us has come here to walk an individual path with a unique story. Every path is a perfect example of the activity of love in expression. Love is the force of nature that fuels our passions, the unquenchable fire within that draws us to life and life to us. It's our call to explore brand new ideas, the hobby we pour ourselves into, the desire to travel the world, the way we share our talents and treasures. Love also lets us grow through our most difficult challenges. It is God expressing life. Today, I begin a new story about all the ways love shows up in my life and the way I show love in the life I have. Today's affirmation: on this day of Advent, I open myself to a new, deeper relationship with all that love is. Can you know this with me? I open myself to a new, deeper relationship with all that love is.
And so we take this moment to settle into the chair, to take a deep breath, and to allow our breath to move us, to let these words and this music fill us. And we breathe into the very being of the divine. Whatever is going on in the world around us, and whatever is going on in the world inside of us, we know that right here and right now, the power of love is at work, even when we can't feel it. Love that knows no boundaries, love that can never be diminished or worn out, love that passes all understanding. So we take this moment to breathe once again and release the worry, the doubt, the fear, and the anxiety that may be having free rent in our heart and mind. We let go of the concerns so that we too can know peace, can experience faith, and revel in love. Today, we give love freely, wastefully, completely, for knowing it is our true nature and the nature of the divine. We revel, celebrate, and experience the synergy, the wholeness, and the completeness that is divine love. And so it is. And so we let it be. Amen. Ashe.
Love transcends time. Love is sublime. Love is the why and the reason behind almost every smile. Love is worthwhile. Love hurts but the hurt shows the worth of a heart that's a part of a love intertwined. Oh, love is the answer. Oh, love is the key. There is no distance, no difference between you and me. Oh, love is the answer. Oh, love is the key. There is no distance, no difference between you and me. Oh, love is everything. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. Love is everything. To be loved is to be blessed, but to love is the true test. To choose love over fear and then face in your mirror all the pains of your past. Love holds us up. Love is more than enough. Love is the choice to lift every voice when the going gets rough. Oh, love is the answer. Oh, love is the key. There is no distance, no difference between you and me. Love is the answer. Oh, love is the key. There is no distance, no difference between you and me. Oh, love is everything. It's all love. It's all love. It's all love. Love is everything. Sing. It's all love.
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 Sing together.
Love is everything.
It's all love.
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 Oh, love is everything.
It's all love.
It's all love.
It's all love.
It's all love.
It's all love. Love is everything.
It's all love.
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 It's all love. Love is everything. Love is everything.
Love is everything.
Love is everything. Love is everything. Love is everything.
Wow, that was beyond beautiful.
Thank
A
you,
great
Misa.
reminder.
Thank you, music team. Wow. And happy Sunday, everybody, and Merry Christmas. We're so delighted that you're here with us today. I know There's a lot pulling at people at this time of year, right?
For sure.
Right?
So much busyness, but we can maintain our center.
Right, and come back to the true meaning of what this holiday is about, really, is about this love that we're singing and talking about today, in all of its different forms. And we are delighted here to be bringing to a close, and also just surprised, right, about how quickly 2024. Didn't we just start 2024?
Yes.
Doesn't it feel like
Oh my
that way?
gosh.
It's like, oh my God, we're in the final 2 weeks of 2024 now.
A whole year carries so much.
Yes. And so we had named this our year of influence, and I wanted to bring to our attention the influence that each of us have had, and in particular one special individual has had. Many of you know, and if you don't, I'm telling you now that David is, on Tuesday will have his last day as an employee here at Unity San Francisco. And he has had enormous impact and influence over the 2.5 years that he has been with us. To me personally, I know to many of you personally, and to the whole movement and the teachings of Unity San Francisco. So it is with, I'm trying not to cry, but I'll go ahead and cry because there's nothing wrong with crying, right? It shows the depth of the experience and the influence. When David told me 2 weeks ago, I was sitting in his office the next day, and he said, "How are you?" And I said, sad, because what we have been working together on for the last 2 years is shifting, right? Doesn't mean it's going away, but it's shifting form. And in my humanness and all of our humanness, we have to get really used to the constantly shifting forms, right? And I know you've experienced a lot of that this year, painfully. Yeah.
And so I was reflecting on my time here at Unity San Francisco, and prior to joining staff, I was a member here, and this community has seen me in my coming out, has offered me literally a platform to be my most authentic self. And the first few months I would come to Unity San Francisco and just weep because I felt home for the first time in my life. And over the last few years, I've risen in my ability to influence from a bigger perspective with my game and spirituality and my talks here. And I just want to thank you for being home.
Yeah.
And so our hope is that you have the same experience through the ups and the downs, that this is a place where you can feel seen and loved and known.
Yeah. So David isn't leaving us, he's just leaving me.
Yeah.
I love laughter through
Yes.
tears.
It's been my prayer.
And so we have a blessing. I'm going to ask him to put it up on the screen that I'd like us all to rise. This is our Unity blessing. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine in you. I invite you to stand if you're willing, and all of us to...
This is a surprise.
I
received
it. We left this out of the rehearsal.
I figured that, yeah.
David, we love you. We bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divine in you. And so it is. Wow.
And so on that note, I hope that everyone feels the safety and the love that I've experienced here. And so to seal this, we have another affirmation, and it goes like this. I commit to creating a world of safety, equity, and equality. Let's know this together. I commit to creating a world of safety, equity, and equality. And so it is. I love you all. if you are here in the room, you should have gotten a beautiful bulletin. We have some new special edition ones coming up for the new year. But raise your hand, one of our lovely ushers will bring you one. If you're joining us online, there is I invite you to go to our website, unitysf.com. Make sure you're signed up for our weekly mailing list because there's lots of fun events and surprises going on. But within this bulletin is a spiritual connection card. There's a link that's dropped in the chat for this. And if you're here, I invite you to fill this out. You could be coming for decades, or if this is your first Sunday, please fill this out. It is so important for us to have information, the contact information in case there's ever an emergency on you, or we can send gifts and special mail, snail mail blessings. Who loves to receive things in the mail nowadays, like snail mail? I love that nowadays. So please fill that out. If you are a first-time guest, though, please mark that on your spiritual connection card because we have a special gift for you. It's here. If you're here in the room, there's a gift in the foyer. If you're online, there is also a digital gift that we can send you. So please let us know. Our intention is that you feel warmly embraced here. We believe strongly in the power of meditation to keep us on our center, especially during the busy season instead of in the midst of uncertainties. May you feel a sense of calm. And so we have a number of meditation opportunities. Sunday mornings, both here in the room and simultaneously on Zoom, Reverend Elizabeth leads a beautiful sound meditation at 10:15 Pacific time. And you can relax and then receive from whatever Spirit is telling you. And then Monday through Friday, in the middle of the day, we have a midday Zoom-only meditation that's led by various members here. And so it's a great way to get a boost in your spirit and then have some lunch. And then at any time, if you need a meditation, we have on-demand recorded meditations on unitysf.com, and it also links to our YouTube page. Okay. So we want to expand our reach in this beautiful, powerful, transformative unity message. So right now, as Mies and team are going to get on stage, after that we're going to do a meet and greet. And so during the meet and greet, take one photo, or as many photos as you can, with other folks here in the community. Post them on your Facebook, your social media. If you have a TikTok, do that. And so post that, tag Unity San Francisco, and it's a great way to show that we are a warm, welcoming, diverse community. So do that. And I invite you now to stand as you are willing and able in the room or at home as Misa takes it away.
All right, so this Christmas season, this Merry Hanukkah Kwanzaa Christmas solstice season, we have taken Christmas classics and revise them from a new thought perspective. The melodies are the same. The melodies are the same. The words are just a little more us. So this song is called Awaken to the Light Within, but you might know it as God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen. So I'm gonna give you a minute to look through it. No one's intimidated. This is gonna be fun. All right? 1, 2, 3, and
Awaken to the light within, let joy fill every heart. For love divine is ever near, and we shall never part. In love and power infinite, and know you are the spark. Oh, tidings of love, peace and joy, peace and joy. Oh, tidings of love, peace and joy. Let thoughts of lack and fear dissolve, release them with the breeze. For in your mind's creative power you shape reality. The truth of oneness sets you free with limitless decree. Oh, tidings of love, peace and joy, peace and joy. Oh, tidings of love, peace and joy. and joy. Oh, tidings of love, peace and joy.
See, that wasn't so bad. Yes, Luke. All right, we're going to go ahead and introduce our singers. You have the Sounds of Unity Choir. So we're going to take it into our time of interactive meet and greet. We invite you to greet each other with a handshake, a hug, a toe tap, a fist bump, whatever makes you happy. Please respect social distancing and people's personal preferences. Make sure you say hello to our Zoom family. We are an international community. Happy Sunday.
Hi, everybody. Woohoo! Hello online. You guys can't see me yet. Hi, Kate. Hello. Mary Jo. Hi, Emily. Hi, Dan. Hi, David. Emmy. Great to see you, Lori. Hi, Tom. I see you, Tom. Keep your eyes on the road. Fabulous. Stacy and Sean. Here we are. Happy Sunday. Taking a selfie with it.
I just took my selfie with all of you. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, everyone. Good to see you. Hey, Kate, Francine, Stacy, Tom, Lloyd. Oh, God. Dan, Salat, Emmy. Who else? Anna.
Good morning, everybody. I love you all. Happy holidays. From my heart to yours. Oh, here we go. Say good morning.
Hi, Lori, Stacy. Hey, everybody. Daniel, Emily. Everybody. Emmy. How are you guys doing? Merry Christmas. Tom. Hey. Tomorrow's your knee day? Tomorrow? Wow, wonderful. We'll hold you in prayer.
Happy holidays. Happy Sunday. Good to see you all. Good to you, Dan. I see you.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Stacy, Sean, Dan, Annalie. Happy holidays. Happy Sunday. May you be blessed all throughout the season.
I love you guys so much. It's so good to see you. I'm not going far, so.
All righty.
I'm gonna kick it over. We'll kick it over to Reverend Ken and the kiddos. Yes, it is gorgeous. All right, take it away, Rev Ken.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. If you haven't had a chance to do all your selfies and all of your greeting yet, I know there'll be more time after at hospitality. And we have some great hospitality downstairs today. It's our time to bless the children. Part of our blessing of the children this year is the shelter that we've adopted, and you can see toys all around. On Wednesday, Renee and I are going to be oh, that was you. Okay. Are going to be delivering the toys to the shelter. They are for kids from ages 0 all the way to 18. And when we have lots of toys, what we seem to be missing is some for the kids who are 15, 16, 17. So if you would like to help us, we would appreciate your helping fill in some gifts for those older teenagers so that they have a Merry Christmas too. If you can drop it off today or Tuesday here at the office. There's nobody here on Monday. So we'll be here on Tuesday to accept them, and then on Wednesday we will deliver them to the kids so they have them in time to have a Merry Christmas. And then we get to bless all of the world's children. And these kids who brought presents today. Thank you, kids. Right? And Kayla, who's running the kids program downstairs today. So we have an affirmation for the world's children and for our children. You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. Can we know this together? You are God's perfect expression of divine life. We see you and we love you exactly the way you are. And so it is. All right, kids. Everybody. Yes, I got one person to do it with me. That was Christmas when I was a kid, right? That was Christmas, the Charlie Brown Christmas special. You knew it was the season. So once again, I'm glad to give you Heart Matter.
If the sky should fade into the sea and the stars fade all around me, in the time that we have known here, I will sing a hymn to love. We have lived and dreamed, we two alone, in a world that seemed our very own, with its memory ever grateful. Just for you I'll sing a hymn to love. I'll remember each embrace, the smile that lights your face, and my heart begins to sing. Your arms, the hands secure, your eyes that said, be sure, and my heart begins to sing. On the day we have to say goodbye, our love won't fade away or die. In my heart you will remain dear, and I'll sing a hymn to love. Those who love will live eternally in the blue where all is harmony, with my voice raised high to heaven. Just for you I'll sing a hymn to
Thank you. Thank you both. That was beautiful. Love. We've lit the candle for love. And that sometimes can mean so much, and it can be so heartbreaking, right? Love is such a loaded word in our language. And I want to set a disclaimer for today's service. I'm going to be talking about Jesus, and I'm going to be talking about the Bible. So anybody faint of heart, just know that that's coming up, all right? We are here in the season of Advent, which is not in the Bible. Okay? Jesus made no mention of this season of Advent, no mention of his birth, no mention of this idea of Christmas. In fact, Christ is not Jesus' last name. For those of you who didn't know, he's Jesus of Nazareth. We have no idea if he had a last name. It was just Jesus, Yeshua of Nazareth, right? That was his name. After his death, years after his death, they started calling him the Messiah, the Messiah, which in Greek is Christos. So in English, Christ. And so we celebrate Christmas or Christmas, and we celebrate Jesus Christ, not as his last name, but as something we aspire to, the consciousness of the Christ here in Unity. So we celebrate the Advent season because it represents for us our own awakening and living into the divine nature that we saluted David for earlier, the divine nature that is present and resonant in each and every one of you. Your inherent worth comes from your divinity, from you being made in the image and the likeness of God. And nothing on earth can ever diminish that truth of who you are and your inherent worthiness. People may treat you badly. They may say all manner of things against you, but nothing can take away your sacred and your divine presence unless you let them. Right? Your presence, your divinity, your wholeness is the ultimate gift that you give to the world. And that's the season of giving that we celebrate, the wholeness of your humanness and your divinity, all rolled here into one. So the first week, we lit the candle for faith. We lit the candle to realize the truth that as we believe, as we hold in our hearts and believe, is what happens to us in the world. So when we can step out in faith, when we can step out knowing that we are worthy, shifts happen, mountains move, way is made clear. When we embody peace, when we let go of the anxieties and the worries and the fears and stand in the faith that God's got this, the divine is at work, that Spirit is always present. We shift from a human fearing to a human in serenity, a being of serenity and peace. And today, we light the candle for love, building this consciousness of understanding and wholeness and love. So back to the Bible and Jesus. Jesus said this, I tell you, love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. Do good to those who hate you. Love your enemies. Now, I have had many people tell me, mainly since the election, that they can't possibly love some people, that it is way too much. And what are you, crazy to think that I would ever hold love towards some of those people and the things that they want to do? And if you haven't noticed, both sides think that. My stepmother was just mortified the idea that Kamala Harris would win. She thought, we won't have a country. Just like I hear my friends say now, we won't have a country. And I've had people come up to me and say, I can't love that person. Or that person has done me wrong. I will never, ever love them. And I always say, those are great affirmations, aren't they? Those are great ways to cement our hearts in resentment and lack. That there is someone on the planet unworthy of your love, unworthy of your consideration, unworthy of your good wishes, cripples and poisons you, not them. It is poison that we take. We are the recipients of the hatred we feel. No one else is. But we keep playing out this game, and I watch it over and over and over again, where we think if we're mad enough, they'll feel bad. If we show them how mad we are at them, they'll get it. When actually, the opposite is true. And part of it comes from our misunderstanding of the words of Jesus and our misunderstanding of the word love. Did you know that love in English, if we were to look it up in the dictionary today, would mean positive affection or feelings for another individual, right? It also means a score of 0 in tennis. But I digress. I don't know where that one came from, but love also means 0 in tennis. But it means an emotional reaction, where in Greek, there are many, many different meanings for the word love. The first one in Greek, the first word for love in Greek, I digress. I'll go back. The Bible wasn't written in English. Did you know that? Jesus did not speak English. Did you know that? He didn't actually speak, I don't know if he spoke Hebrew. There's no record of him speaking Hebrew, but he did speak Aramaic. But the Bible is written in Greek, right? The whole Christian scriptures are written in Greek. And in Greek, they have 4 different meanings for the word love. So love in Greek is eros, where we get the word erotic. So it means romantic, passionate, sexual energy and love, right? Eros. Storge, which is familiar love, family love, the love of mother and son, of father and brothers, right? Sisters, the family, your nuclear family, that kind of love. Philos, which is brotherly love, a love of compadres, of understanding that we have something in common. Philadelphia is the name brought from this word, which means the city of brotherly love. And so we build something together as a brotherly or sisterly community, philos. And then the word that is actually written in the scriptures that Jesus says to love your enemies is agape love. And agape is not an emotion. Agape is a behavior. Agape love means to consciously choose to act in a certain way, a loving way towards another individual. So Jesus isn't telling us to love our enemies, meaning we have to be emotionally and romantically involved or have these warm, fuzzy feelings about them. No, he's saying do good. Take positive action to those who say bad things about you. He's not saying wrap them in a big bear hug and tell them how wonderful they are. Well, maybe telling them how wonderful they are might not be a bad idea. Because how many of us have done something we regret? Any hands not up? Right? How many of us need that reassurance that we are not the things we've ever done? We're not the mistakes we made. We're not who we were on our worst day. But often we try to hold people accountable and lock them into that worst day of their life. When Jesus is saying, love your enemies and love those who say bad things against you and hate you, he's saying, be kind, be generous, be compassionate, for there is more to what's going on than you are seeing, and you have no idea what that person is going through at the moment, right? Paul, also writing in Greek, we all know this quote. It's been said at numerous weddings, right? Love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, love does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. Oh, that's a hard one. It keeps no records of wrongs. It keeps no records of wrongs. How many of us keep records of wrongs? In my 12-step program, we have had to have a whole list of a resentment inventory and hanging on to resentments for weeks, months, years, decades. How many family members don't speak to each other because of something that happened 20, 30, 40 years ago? What that poison does is not love. That is living in resentment and fear. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects. It always trusts. It always hopes. Agape always perseveres. So love is a verb. Love is not a noun. Love is not an emotion that we feel. Love is an action we can take. It is something we can do in the world. So when you're asked, what's next for me to do? When I say love, the next thing to get up and do is to love actively. And that can take many, many different forms. You can love in a myriad of ways. And this list from Paul tells us exactly that. Patience, showing self-control. Right? The hardest one. Grant me patience and grant me it now. Great prayer, right? Because self-control to not react when something happens, but to respond with patience and love, right? To respond with, tell me more about that. Tell me what you're feeling. What are you experiencing? That shifts everything. Kindness. Giving appreciation to another human being. I know every day I am doing my best. Are you doing your best every day? Right? I think you are. I can see you all doing the absolute best you can do every day. And sometimes we'd like a little appreciation from that, a little bit of acknowledgement, right? Sometimes we need it. We need to be seen and to see other people as really the champions and the amazing beings that they are is the greatest gift of love. To be able to say to somebody, I really appreciate how you show up every week, how you show up for me in little ways. Humility is being authentic without pretense. It is not being humiliated. It's being aware of our humanity, of our shortcomings, and knowing that we're not going to be in this vessel forever, but that we will endure, as Amy just sang for us, that death, the final goodbye, does not diminish love. How many of you still love someone who's left this planet, right? The love doesn't end. The love continues, and in some ways it grows. My mom left a year ago this month. God, when I see her pictures now, it is a whole different relationship. It is a whole different way of being. Respectfulness, treating others as important people, is one of the lessons that I think we all have to understand, is that just because some of us have titles, some of us have letters before our names, and some of us have letters behind our names, we are no more elevated in the human race than anyone else. And the least educated among us can be the smartest, right? Can be the wisest, can be the richest. Because I know lots of people with all the financial resources in the world who are miserable. You know them too. They're the ones who are so angry. Selflessness. One of the reasons that I love this community is that they give to others. There's a generosity in this community and the selflessness. And it's not that we meet the wants of everyone, but we are committed to meeting others' needs. So we have food, we have communion every week downstairs, because we're here to commit to meeting each other's needs selflessly. It's a way to give by greeting people at the door, by singing in the choir, by being a hospitality person or being a prayer chaplain. We commit to meeting the needs of the people of this community. Forgiveness. Giving up resentment is the key to opening yourself to being able to love. You know, I have experienced a lot in the last couple of weeks. And the real interesting part of my journey, and have you noticed it always happens at Christmas? That things pile up in your life and there's some family drama or there's some other thing going on. But giving up resentment when wrong is one of the keys to really being happy, to being happy in your life and being able to love others. A quick story about it. Several years ago, my eldest son, he's now 26, he was 18 at the time, we went away on a Christmas trip. He couldn't come because he had some work obligation. So we went on a Christmas trip, and when we got back, he had left, sold everything we had given him for Christmas, sold his car, took the TV off his wall, and fled away to another state where he was going to live with another family. Devastated, heartbroken, angry, resentful. Those are all the feelings I have. 3 months later, he shows up at our door, broke, destitute, homeless. Right? As things happen with 18-year-olds. And we took him back in. We had transformed his room into a study, so we found another spot for him in the house. There he could stay temporarily while we got things. Eventually, we moved him into the room, but I said to my husband, I'm not fixing the holes on the wall. I'm not fixing the holes on the wall where he ripped the TV off and sold it. He's going to have to live with that till he can fix it. Right? And then months later, I realized, oh my God, I am never forgiven him. He made a mistake. I thought he did it to me. I thought he sold this stuff and anger to me, when I realized he was doing it because he thought it was the best thing for him. He thought he couldn't trust us. He was mad at us for some decision we had made. And we adopted him at 16. So he didn't know us. He didn't know we'd always be there for him. He didn't believe that. And so my resentment, my holding on to the resentment was my stuff, not his. He made a choice that was a wrong choice, and I was locking him into it. When we can let go of other people's behavior and stop thinking it's about us, when we can realize they're just trying to get through life just like we are, making the best decisions they can do at that moment, we open up this channel of forgiveness and love. And so in that moment, I could go out and buy new furniture. I could replace his TV. I could patch the holes on the wall. And I could do agape love. I could give him demonstrations of my love that were physical and had nothing to do with whether I was angry with him or not. In the midst of the anger, I can still be kind. In the midst of the disappointment, you can still be warm. In the midst of frustration, you can choose respectfulness and service and find out what people need. That's what it means to love your enemies. That's what it means to love those who hate you. That's what it means to shift in perspective and consciousness. So what is it that you want? What is it that you want to be? Who is it that you want to be? You know, you're going to let circumstances, people's actions drag you down with them? There's a song that's really popular right now. No one in all of Oz, no wizard that there is or was, is ever going to bring me down, right? Is ever going to bring me down to hatred, is ever going to bring me down to lack and bitterness. You can either get bitter or you can get better, right? You can either rise above it and be kind, to be the object of affection and love to others when they need it most. And that will shift the situation. So as we light these candles, this isn't about lighting a candle. This is about shifting and awakening our consciousness to the truth of who we are. You are a divine being here on earth to make a difference in this earth. And it is your choice how you behave in any moment. It is always, no matter what is going on, your choice on how you behave. Who do you want to be? Do you want to shift the world, or do you want to just say, well, see, that's the way the world is? Because the truth is, on the outside, it's just a reflection of what's on the inside. Everything we experience on the outside is a reflection of who we are on the inside. So when we can shift to being agape, kind, loving, forgiving, generous, peaceful, when we can listen to others without having to fix, blame, or change them, we become the most powerful beings on earth. When you love, you bridge all gulfs. When you act in love, when you use love as a verb, you shift everything. So let's take that to our time of meditation. I invite you to get comfortable as our music team comes up. And realize that just because we've misunderstood, it doesn't make us bad or wrong. Today is the day we get to change. Today, right here in this moment, we get to shift it all. We get to let go of what used to be and step fully into that divine consciousness that love is always, always present. I invite you to breathe once again in this moment and bring up an enemy, some person, some thing, some situation which you find untenable, and experience it with agape love. How could I listen more? How can I serve? How can I help? How can I be kind? How can I be compassionate? How can I seek to understand? This is for the courageous, for the brave, for those of us who know there is no lack. There is only God. There is only Spirit at work. Right here and right now. In this moment, see yourself practicing agape love. A love that is action-oriented, behavior-based, does not depend on affection, but exists because it is best for you. It is your true nature, the kindness that you are, the caring you embody. This is the great lesson of Jesus of Nazareth. Love your enemies. Love those who hate you and revile you and say all manner of false things about you. Love wastefully, generously. Love.
This inner space has the power to set us free. It's the cavern of creation and the truth of you and me. This sinner's face, an eternity of time. It's the moment of the holy now and the allness that is mine. This sinner's space contains all that we need. From deep within the invisible flows the living air we breathe. This inner space is flowing in my bones. It stirs my heart, it stirs my mind, and every prayer I've ever known. And I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe. This peace, this inner space is the ocean of our souls. And when we feel most broken, the truth is we are whole. This inner space connects us one to all, and though it would never push us, it will break down every wall. So I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe. This peace, this inner space invites us to renew in all our endless choosing. We become the chosen to this inner space. It never knows the past. In a quiet place you can hear it, and it might just make you laugh. So I say, breathe, just breathe. Now breathe. This peace. This peace of this inner space.
One of the goals of meditation is to get up from the chair different than when you went in. So I invite you, before you come out of this space, to know what shifted for you from this talk, from this meditation, from this idea of agape love, of love as a verb? How will your behavior shift because of the awareness that you got in your meditation? And make that commitment now. Namaste.
So beautiful. Thank you for that reminder, Reverend Ken, about how to be transformed after leaving this space of reflection and meditation. Because unity began as a movement that is a practical way of living spiritually. And so one of my favorite things that has first drawn me to unity was this practical ability to transform and to change myself and the world around me. And so this is the part of the service where you get to reflect and say, hey, this message, how do I make feet and hands out of this message, and how can I use it to transform the world around me? And so within your bulletin, there's a spiritual connection card, but on the back, which you filled out, you should have all filled out at the beginning of service. On the back of that is the spiritual practices. And you fill those out as I read them, and then you'll drop them in the offering basket, and then Reverend Ken will review them and hold them in his prayers. And you can also take the spiritual practices to go with you on the inside of your bulletin. And if you're online, you'll also fill out the link that's being dropped in the chat, and you'll get an email of the spiritual practices. So what are the spiritual practices this week? The first is to cultivate a new definition of faith. All of these Advent intentions, words build upon each other. How can you relate faith with love? The next is to dive into life and build peace. To me, diving into life means the good and the bad, right? The muck, the hard to breathe. If you're diving in, you got to hold your breath sometimes. But how can you build peace in the midst of that? The next is to keep my heart open in the midst of people who may hurt us, in the midst of uncertainty. Keeping the heart open is one of the most powerful things you can do. To love wastefully. How can we give love to those who have hurt us? How can we be transformed by that? So you can check all of those boxes, or one of them. You can even write your own. And there's also space for a prayer requests for this. So I'll drop it in the basket in just a moment. Following service, there is a spiritual discussion group, and this goes on. If you're here in the room, it's downstairs in our newly renovated classroom, and if you're online, just stay on that Zoom room that you're in right now, and you get a chance to talk about what was raised up in the message for you, and how else we can connect, because Unity San Francisco is all over the world. So, and Reverend Ken, bring you up.
So I wanted to come back up and talk about this great thing that's happening in our capital campaign. But first I wanted to acknowledge the gifts that you all give. First off, none of this would exist without your generous financial gifts and your volunteer work. We are a volunteer-run organization, and we also exist on your financial gifts. So thank you, each and every one of you, for everything you give. I want to also highlight, for those of us who have the capacity, there's lots of capital campaign things here. We just had a donation to our coffee bar, which will be named next year, and we also have one contribution towards our classroom that David was just mentioning, referencing the classroom. That naming opportunity remains open. And I have this vision for that wall. If you know the classroom, it's where the kids are right now. It's where we'll do spiritual salon after. And there's this big part of the wall, and I see the sign, and it says, Ken Daigle Memorial Classroom. I don't know why I'm saying memorial. I want to still be here. But the Ken Daigle Classroom at Unity San Francisco. And I know why I want to do that. I want to do it because my life was transformed, changed, and saved by the Unity teachings. In 1989, When I found Unity, I was HIV positive and living in the middle of the AIDS crisis. Finding these teachings has not only saved my life, it's given me a life beyond my wildest dreams. And the idea that I can leave a legacy for the generations that come, and who knows what's going to happen in the future, but that we build communities and spaces where we can all practice this together is why people give. So if you're interested in helping us support this community and build this community and would like to help with the capital campaign, please see me.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. You know, one of the most tangible ways of love is giving of finances, because that is something that can be vulnerable for us and to discuss. And so we are so grateful for the donations to help bring this powerful message of love that the world really needs. There are a number of ways in which you can give. You can use your phone to scan that QR code that's up there. You can give securely online at unitysf.com/donation. You can give, if you're here in the room, there are envelopes in the seat backs in front of you. Please fill that out. Please make any checks, make them legible, and we are so grateful. So to seal this time of giving, we have an affirmation. It goes, I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive. Let's know that together. I give with abundant love and joy. As I give, I receive.
And to sing, we're going to sing about it, because then the earworm will remind you all week long, right? It's all about love.
Love, comfort when you've lost your center, stand and affirm in love. Love's always the answer. Love shines a light no dark can enter. Believe and receive in love. Love's always the answer. Love, comfort when you lost your center, stand and affirm in love. Love's always the answer. Love shines a light no dark can enter. Believe and receive in love. Love's always the answer. Love, comfort when you lost your center, stand and affirm in love. Love's always the answer. Love shines a light no dark can enter. Believe and receive in love. Love's always the answer.
And so it is.
Woo.
So,
Thank you, Misa.
And team.
And team.
Yes.
Right. So we have a couple. Don't go far. This is going to be quick, guys. Don't go far. So we have the solstice service this Saturday night. Creating this service where we're going to combine Indigenous 4 directions, combine Hanukkah, and combine Christianity with a New Thought perspective. So we'll have drumming, we'll have singing, we'll have chanting, we'll have storytelling, and we'll have a great time. So join us 6 o'clock here on the 21st. And then on Sunday,
we're gonna have our special, we're gonna celebrate Christmas, the concept of joy. So we'll have some beautiful time of fun and fellowship on December 22nd. So it'll be the day after the solstice event.
Boos. All right, so on the 29th, we will not be having in-person service. It will all be online. We're giving the staff the week off and let them go to visit their families, right? Yeah. So we will have a service for you online on the 29th, and we'll be back on January 5th for our Burning Bowl celebration. So that's going to be if you've never experienced the Burning Bowl, make sure you're here for the Burning Bowl service, right? I invite the music team back up, and if our prayer chaplains will be here in the room, thank you to everybody who made service possible today. We know that you are a divine gift for hospitality, usher greeters, AV team, our band. I invite you to stand.
As you are willing and able.
Yeah, and make a joyful noise with us.
Okay, so I took a little bit of liberties with the lyrics on this one. I was going to go ahead and show it so you see that first line, those first 2 lines. We tweaked those a little bit. They weren't quite as inclusive as we wanted. And a little too passive. You ready? 1, 2, 3, sing.
It's time to take a stand and
beautiful saxophone today. Let's have a round of applause for Mark Baum. And he's also very dapperly dressed in his holiday best. On the keys and the bass, I don't know if y'all caught that earlier, he played bass with Heartmath. Our music director, Arthur Cook. Now I want to bring them up. So come on. Come on.
Yes.
On the vibraphone, Dylan Votto. And with one of the most delicious voices, oh my God, I give you Amy Davalos. More affectionately known as Heart Matter.
Is I open my heart and take action.
I
Open my heart and take action.
And so it is.
And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me.
Come on up.
You just wait and see. Wait and see. Take a good look around. And if you're looking down, put a little love in your heart. I hope when you decide, kindness will be your guide. Put a little love in your heart. And the world will be a better place. And the world will be a better place for you and me. You just wait and see. Put a little love in your heart. 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 Put a little love in your heart.
Happy Sunday! 1, 2, 3.
Love in your heart. Put a little 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 love in your heart. Oh, put a little love in your
Hello, hello, hello. Happy holidays, everybody. Put a little love in your heart.